Hello there and good morning. Yesterday, the reality of the US withdrawal from Afghanistan hit home, and hit home hard. So we've gone from shock and awe to a crock of a withdrawal, leaving an untold number of people, with women and children among them, dead, including 13 US troops and injuring 18 others. I pray for them and hope there will be no more of this. The relatively small terrorist group called ISIS-Khorasan, or ISIS-K for short, that has claimed responsibility for the two explosions, was able to use the utter chaos caused by the combined US flight from the country and the even swifter advance of the Taliban to strike a blow against its two sworn enemies, the West and the Taliban. And worse, we knew it was coming and the likely source of the attacks. And Biden, the betrayer, came out and said US intelligence thought they knew who the culprits were, and know this, we will not forgive, we will not forget, we will hunt you down and make you pay. And he went on to say that he had ordered strike plans to be drawn up to take out the perpetrators, and that it would be done at a time and place of US choosing. But the remaining Western forces at Kabul airport will have to endure another 3 or 4 days of this as they struggle to keep the evacuation going, with Biden saying the US will continue the flights and will not be intimidated. Well, he put us there. What a disaster this president is turning out to be. And if you thought the Biden befuddlement stopped there, here's what's emerging. The utterly negligent Biden administration, through the US equipping the Afghan army and police, have gifted the Taliban with $85 billion worth of military equipment, including 75,000 vehicles, 200 aircraft including helicopters, more than 600,000 small arms and light weapons. And according to reports, the Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters at its disposal than 85% of the countries around the world. And along with that, they have technology like night vision goggles and body armour and medical supplies. Then comes the real stinger. As an added bonus, the Taliban now has access to all the biometric data of every Afghan that helped US forces. 20 years worth of things like fingerprints and eye scans. And according to the ones in the know, the Biden administration has no plan to do anything about any of this. How can Biden the betrayer possibly survive any of this? But were he to go, the US would only end up with Kamala the complicit. And can you believe that the next in line after Kamala Harris would be the poisoner's Nancy Pelosi? And another thing, ISIS-K used its Telegram account to claim responsibility and name the Southgate suicide bomber. Its Telegram account, for crying out loud. They obviously use the correct pronouns though, because all the rest of us have to do is put down the bloody wrong pronoun to get banned from social media. All I have to do is put too much of the wrong spin on a topic like immigration or the government response to COVID-19 and I get hammered. And groups like these have social media accounts. All I can assume is that accounts like this are allowed to exist so as to give the intelligence services a chance of catching the odd, unguarded comment or other intel. But now we know the future for the people of Afghanistan and the threat that country will pose to the rest of us once again. And here's one little statistic you might not have seen. The median age of an Afghan is just 19.5 years old. Ours in the UK is 40.5 years. That means that half the population of Afghanistan has never known Taliban rule, and many of the other half were too young to remember or realise what was going on before the West went in. Talk about a coming shock for them and for the rest of us.